My name is Rupande Mehta, and I am the founder of the SAR Foundation. SAR Foundation started in November of 2016 as a way to help people affected by violence. It is a way to bring a multi-pronged approach into society to help abusers, to help victims, as well as introduce the topic of abuse to children. So my grandma always told me life was about love. See, when I was born, my parents were very poor and they couldn't afford a home. So my mother lived with her mother and my father lived with his sister. They both had their stories of abuse to tell you. And I'm sure that that's what in part brought them to make an explosive home with me as they did. I think living with her for the first formative years of my life is perhaps what saved me, is the reason why I am sitting here today, being able to narrate the story, no matter how gruesome, no matter how sad. She taught me about religion. She was a Catholic, married to a Hindu man, something that is unheard of in India at that time. That's probably unheard of even today. She was a very progressive woman. She was educated. She was a teacher. And she taught me. She taught me how to live. She taught me no matter what, no matter the adversity that's thrown in your way, you can always survive. And she taught me to write. The one escape that I always had with me. She had come from a difficult life, but she knew that life did not have to be difficult for me. And it was part of those dreams. It was part of opening my mind up to religion, different kinds of religion at a very young age, that made me want to leave India, that made me know somewhere in my life, in my heart, that there's another world out there, that there was another world out there that did not have to be about screaming and shouting and hitting and destroying somebody's self-worth. I knew there was a world out there that was about love, that was about caring, about being nice, about respecting somebody, and above all, giving somebody the freedom they ought to have as a human being. When I finally got the chance, when I graduated I finished my undergrad, and my father said that he would let me come to the US. I was lucky enough to get the necessary visas to come here. I knew that I could change my life now. I knew that I had a chance. I knew that it was not all over. I left India on August 15th, 2002, India's Independence Day. And I often joked, I still do with my parents, that I left India, India got its freedom, and so did I. I came here, I got a master's degree, and over time, I was able to break the pattern of abuse and find somebody who wasn't as abusive, or not abusive at all, actually. I married my husband in 2008. And in 2012, I gave birth to the most beautiful girl in this world, Sophie. Sophie brought with her wisdom. Sophie brought with her life. I knew that Sophie would teach me the way. I believe that Sophie has the way. She is my love, she's my way, and she's my life. But it has not been easy. You see, when somebody is abused for over 15 years, it's not so easy to walk away from that life and pretend that nothing ever happened. Although I was free for many years after I left India and I got married until Sophie was born, I didn't know how to raise a child. Nobody taught me. I was never around children. And when Sophie came around, I only knew to do what was done to me. So I started getting angry with her over the slightest things. Oh, angry to a baby. I would hold anger in my heart. There was resentment for things I didn't even realize. Over time, Andrew, my husband, pointed these out to me, and I realized what I was doing. I sought help. I tried to correct my actions, but it was still not easy. This has been a journey for about 5 years now, and I still can't say that I'm there yet. But every day I try. Every day is a fight against the inner demons that threaten to take over my sanity. Something interesting started happening as Sophie turned 4.5. Out of nowhere, never in my life have I experienced anything remotely close to what you could call a panic attack. But they started coming. At first, I did not even know what was happening with me. I woke up at 3:30 in the morning, gasping for air, can't breathe, heart racing at the same time, unsure of what to do next, sweating, even though the AC was blasting in the house. The moment passed, but it never really went. As the days went by, the panic attacks became frequent. Over time, the realization dawned on us that I was living my abuse vicariously through her again, because she was approaching 5, the age when I was first molested. I say all this now because it's important to realize that it's not easy life after abuse is not easy. And it's okay. You're not a bad mother, even though I try to tell myself that every day that I'm not a bad mother when I do something that's remotely close to, affecting her in a negative way. And life is a process, and it's okay. It's a struggle. There will be good days, there will be bad days. But as long as you are striving to make that change, to break that cycle, and to not let it affect the next generation, I think you've done your job, and you should be proud of it.